Here we go. So I've done all the prep work. I'm not going to show in this video any of the prep work or anything like that because it's all just boring, nothing too interesting. I basically just sourced 4x4s and 2x4s, and I glued the 2x4s together because I've got some long ones here. Essentially what I was going to do is I was going to buy some patio furniture because I've got a mountain of other work I need to get done, but then it was all just, most of the patio furniture you see, it just looks like garbage, so it's not worth buying. So I was like, sod it, I'll just go ahead. I went to IKEA, found these cushions from IKEA. 600 bucks they cost me, 600 bucks for all of those, and then for all of this lumber and all the screws and all the material, I think is around 300. So we're in the hole about $900, I reckon. And these are 30 by 30 cushions, and most of the patio furniture you buy is 24 by 24s or 26 by 26s. So I wanted it nice and deep. Got a nice big patio out here. It's a bit of a mess, obviously. I'm fixing up this place right now, so that's why you see the kitchen side over there. But essentially all I'm going to show you is just how to assemble this, and I'll put the plan up, all the measurements. You can obviously get these from IKEA, so they're nice and easy. I'm just doing these for the supports for the seats. They got a nice little bit of a spring to them. I was going to put timbers in there, but the trouble with doing that is you end up, if you don't do them thin enough, then it's just a rock solid surface that you sat on. So you're just putting these, they're only 5-inch cushions, and you're just basically just throwing them on a rock solid surface. So we're gonna have our luck with these, see what we can come up with. Fingers crossed, and I hope. I've basically given myself today to assemble this, so I'm doing it as quick and as cheap as possible. So I'm just gonna butt joint everything. I've primed everything, and I've just sanded back. So we're just gonna butt everything up. I've got some nice 4-inch screws here. We're gonna dowel it, screw it, dowel it. I'm gonna probably put 3 or 4 fixings in each one, and we're gonna hope for the best, and glue it. We'll glue it as well, obviously. That's why I sanded them back. So where all the joints are is where we're going to sand it back. The hardest bit with this is going to be doing it by myself. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to attack that back bit first, lay that flat, and then do these arms and fold them up, and then I'll have to try and sit these center bits on some props one end so I can pick up the other end and try our luck with it that way. But anyways, let's crack on and see where we can get to, because I have just given myself today to do it. So alright, here we go. Alright, found my pencil. I've drilled out these. I've done all of these. Unfortunately my bit is a little bit blunt, so we're gonna go ahead. This is a masonry bit, but it's the only bit that I've got that's long enough that will I want to just try and make sure I get something in these before I screw them, because otherwise it will want to wander like crazy, and these timbers are bent a touch. But let's try and see what we can do. That looks pretty good. Pulled that up nicely, that has. I wonder what the back's like. Trouble is I ain't going to be able to really look at the back till I pick it up. I could just try and... Ooh, she's a bit off. I'm going to have to try something different with that. How far off is that? I might just go with it and... Nah, let's do it properly. Alright, I'll be back once I've sorted it out. Alright, I managed to pull that one out. I've given myself a bit of a flatter surface to work with now. Let's just try and not glue it to it. I also forgot to chuck glue on there, so it was a good job I didn't go ahead anyway. Come on. It's still got a little step in it. but we'll have to sand it back. Right, I'm going to do all of these and then I'll get back. Right, that was a little bit of a headache, but we got it. Putting those bits of ply down helped a touch, but we're still off. But I can sand this back. The reason I actually primed this was because these colours of pine were different, the 4s and the 6s. And originally I wanted it just as pine because I like just staining it or even just coating it with some sort of protection. But because they were such a different colour, I went ahead and primed them. I'm going to paint them. So we'll sand those back. They're not too bad. I'm not going to complain with those. It's not bad at all. And they seem to be pulling in quite nicely. It's squeezing the glue out, so we'll go with that. That ain't bad at all. So I think what I'll do now is I'll chuck this one on this side and do this arm first. So that arm's going to sit on there like so. This clamp going to get in my way. Should have done it the other way. Bad, man, not bad. So that's on there now, that's looking good. The only issue we got is I just went to go and put this in and I jumped the gun a little bit and I cut everything. I thought I'd allowed for, you know, all of the different sizes of timber, but what's happened is that's crept over a touch, which has pushed that over a touch, so that got a bit of play in it. Now that is kicking that way at the bottom a touch, so I could pull it this way, but I want this glue to go off before I even try and do that, because I don't really want to open that gap up there, because that's quite a visible gap being at the front. So I'll leave this one. Luckily I have got some spare over there, so what I can do is if I've got enough, I'll just recut this one and make it so it fits perfect. So we'll leave that one, we'll jump on this side, and I'll do the same again on this side. We'll put the top and the bottom, the top and the leg in on this side, and then that's both the legs, and then we'll see if that one fits. So let's do that. Ain't bad. Seeing that's kicking that way just a touch. Let's have a little look and see if this one fits. Touch too big, which is about right, because that says that leg's kicking that way a touch. I'll take that inside measurement on the top and drop it down. Top looks good. That one doesn't look bad. That one's got a gap on it. That's good, I'll leave that, that's fine. We'll jump onto this. I'll probably build this section now, get that ready, then I'll put that one in and attach that to that. Nearly there. Whew. Right, that's those. Just got those two to do. That one in there needs to go on. Last one. That's it. She's screwed together. Alright, I'll have a quick tidy up. Then we'll start doing the little boingy, springy, I don't even know what they're called, inserts. I'm back. So, we've got all of the joints. I managed to get everything doweled. There's a couple that aren't. That one down there is not very good. But I just haven't got the time to really play with them. I'm running out of daylight as it is. But everything's doweled. I've started priming those because those are what my little straps are going to be pinned onto, wrapped around and pinned, or screwed to the inside of this. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just prime these corners up so they've got a coat of primer on them, and then I'll jump back on the video. Oh, I'll give this a lick of paint of the actual finished paint, and then I'll jump back on the video and we'll pin that to that, and then we'll see if we can screw it to that and see how it goes. So let's, and boom, primed. We're all primed. I've only managed to just get that inside coat on there. That's all I need to get done right now. And I'm on this, and I need my stapler. Unfortunately, I don't have enough of this stuff, so I just ordered some more, so it should be here tomorrow. I'm kind of guessing on how much tension I should put on it, so I've just sort of gone with what I think's right. Staple all those on there, staple them on there. Luckily I had some 1/2 inch staples, don't work in this. Luckily I found some other ones that will work. So we're going to pin those on there, pin those on there, and then try and fix that onto that side and onto that side, screw it. And then I'm also going to weave between them the other way as well. So let's see how this goes. Let's bring that in a touch. Managed to go off a touch there. That'll be fine. Unfortunately all I got is these, but they'll be a bit fierce, but they should still do the job. More than. Now's the tester. Oh god. Oh god, you gotta be joking. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Ah, you gotta be joking me. I'm gonna have to try. Oh, give myself a cramp in my stomach doing that. I'm gonna have to try. Oh no. Don't tell me I just wasted all of those. Oh, stop the thing from twisting. Right, I managed to get it. I wasn't recording, but I did get it. I managed to put a screw in there, put the hammer on it and lever it round. Let's see if I can pull these in. That was good. Got it. Probably damaged that. It's not too bad. Fortunately, that is a touch high. Ah, there we go. Right, so that was a touch tight, but we got it. Right, so I got these crisscross ones in as tight as I could. What I did is I pinned that side, fixed that side, screwed that side in, pulled them through, stapled them onto this, and then pulled this on. It still wasn't easy. Unfortunately, what we're battling with is this still isn't really got too much. When I sit the cushion on there, it's not got that much support. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop because I haven't got enough. I didn't think I was gonna need quite that much. So I'm just gonna knock it on the head for the day and we'll crack on. They should be coming tomorrow, so depending on what time they come tomorrow, we'll get those on and then we can finish up painting it and everything and be done with it. But it was a good day, so I'm not going to complain with that. But we'll crack on with the rest tomorrow. So till tomorrow, I'm back. It is like been, I think, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I last actually built this. I've just been so busy with, I've been flat out. I've been flat out working on this and then working elsewhere. So I actually had a friend come round and we finished off doing this. So I'm going to tell you what you should do and definitely what you shouldn't do. So when I put this together, obviously in the last bit I was struggling because I wasn't really getting enough tension on those. So I did this little section here just so I could use it because I wanted to watch TV. So I did that little section there and I was like, I'll wait and I'll record doing this bit and I'll put that in the video. But a mate of mine came over and so he ended up giving me a hand. So what we were doing is he was pulling them tight. He could pull this one tight and then I'll just pull this last little end bit, put it where I wanted, staple it, and I just did it in sections. Because doing it all in one whole section is like, it's near on impossible. Once you start getting tension on these, they really start, you struggle to pull this tight and then screw it back. So he was just pulling it and then I was stapling it and then we do a section, screw it in, and we got to about here and I was like, man, that looks like that's bowing like crazy. And I didn't quite realize how much tension we were getting on them with the two of us doing it, because when I did that I was like, there's no way that tension is going to move those timbers, pull them in. I just wasn't getting enough tension on them. But because with the two of us doing it, we were getting crazy tension on these, and these started bowing. I started getting a bow like that, and it actually wants to force these timbers around as well. And before I did this, my original plan was that I was going to put at least one brace in the middle. Now, obviously knowing this, and in the plans, I'm going to make sure that braces are put in so many sections, because here you can actually see this was perfect, this joint, and it's over time I've put an extra brace in here. It's under that. There's a brace in there now because it's wanting to twist these. That's what it's wanting to do. There's that much tension on there. It wants to pull them in. Now, doing these spring sections, I'm still not convinced that it's the best way to do it. In the plan, I'm going to do one plan for if you want to do this. It does give you a little bit of cushion. It does give it a little bit of spring to it. Even with the tension that I've got on these, I've got these way tighter now than that section over there. But even with that, I've still gone ahead and I had to just cut up and put some extra supports in. So what I'm going to do is, in the plan, I'm going to do it, if you want to do it this way and you give yourself a little bit of a spring, because I would say it does give you a little bit more of a cushion. but I don't know if it's worth the headache. It is a headache doing this. It's not an easy process, and I think I sat on one at Home Depot the other day, and it was just a solid base, and it was about the same thickness cushions. And honestly, I don't think it's worth the headache of doing all of this, pulling it all really tight, stapling it all to give you 1.5 inches of spring. So in the plan, I'll put in, if you want to do it this way, I'll put it in that way, and then I'm just going to do another one which has just got supports all the way along. I've given it 1 lick of paint. It does need another lick of paint, that's why it doesn't look so good. But even that, I'll chuck the cushions on there for you, and then you can actually see what it looks like. And I'll explain a couple of other things that I'm going to do as well, because there's a couple of other little bits that I want to do. These cushions are a little bit dirty. Like I say, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, so I have been using it. And I wish that they had, when I went to IKEA, they did have grey ones of these, but they don't sell them anymore, so I had to go for this colour, which I do like the colour, but it's not the best for stains and marks and stuff. It's filthy actually. But there you go. Looks good. I like it. I like the colour combo. And it was just by chance that colour that I chose for that's actually the same colour that's up there. Or near as damn it. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in here a piece of cable. You know, like the wire cable rope stuff, whatever it's called. You can get these little crimp, I think they're like, it's like a threaded bit of bar with a crimp on the end, and you can crimp the cable to it, and you put an insert in there, thread it in, run it this way all the way along here, do a little 90 in there all the way along here, and then you thread them in to tighten it, crimp it, and then you thread it in and it'll pull it tight, and that'll just stop these cushions. They don't want to fall through, but I think 1, it will look nice, and 2, it'll just give it that little finishing touch. But that's it. That's everything. Some of these joints have twisted a little bit, but nothing that I'm going to complain about. That one there, I know, is because of the tension on that, because you can tell just looking at this one, there's nowhere near as much tension on those, and that's actually a touch narrower, that section. But there you have it. That's pretty much everything. I'll put the plan up on my Etsy store. I'll put that in the description. If you want it, I'll probably just chuck it on there for $10. You can grab all these cushions for, like I said, I think it was $580, and then all the timber. You're probably all in $900, I would say. $900, but you got yourself a premium. It is a premium. Like, if you was to compare this to something that you would go buy off of Amazon or at Home Depot, this is a lot better quality. You got the 31 by 31 cushions, and they are good quality. I do like them. They are good quality. You got all timber. You could stain it, you could paint it, you can customize it, you can add a section, you could change it however you wanted it. As long as you got the 31 by 31s, you can just add a section, take away a section, put that section over here, do a longer arm there. You could make matching, like, what are they called, like a footstool, like an ottoman, whatever they're called. Like I say, stain it, paint it, whatever color you want, make it match. But I'll put all the details in for the spring section, a solid section, all in the plan. You can jump over to the Etsy store, go and grab that, go grab your cushions, get some timber, and like I say, I almost got this done in a day. If there was 2 of you, you'd easily have it done in a day. So, but there you go, a nice little one for you. A little bit late, but and a little bit didn't get all of the footage in there, but I think I got the most of the stuff. You get an idea of what the gist of how to do it all, and we'll be on to the next one when I finally get some free time. So peace.